marginal limits. We cannot fly an approach until we're within those limits. And for most of today, there are periods where it's going to be inside and outside of those limits. So what we've done to mitigate for that is we've got lots and lots of petrol on board today. The hope is we'll be going straight down there, straight in for an approach onto the northeasterly runway, which is where we'll be landing on today, and then we'll be on the ground, and you'll know nothing about perhaps maybe just a few lumps and bumps. But we've got about 2 hours of holding fuel should it be required. Now I'm very hopeful it's not going to be required for today, but that's what we're doing to give us the best possible chance to be able to successfully get into Madeira. There are definitely periods through the afternoon where the weather conditions are going to be inside limits, which is why we're having a go today. And we may need to have more than one attempt. If I'm not happy, I promise you I won't do anything unsafe. So if at any point on the approach it starts to get a little bit too windy or I'm not happy, we'll discontinue, we'll go to a holding pattern in somewhere nice and safe, and then we'll have another go later on. But I'd just like to come out and talk to everyone face to face, just to make sure you're all aware, and just to be rest assured we've got lots and lots of fuel to wait around for an appropriate point to make a safe approach. So that's really all I've got to say from that standpoint. Well, now I've said something out the front, we'll get straight in and you'll all be thinking, what was the on about? But I do go down there most weeks, and I'm fairly comfortable with the weather conditions that we will get a successful approach in at some point this afternoon. But it's just so that you're all aware. And if you've never been down to Madeira before, it's an absolutely stunning approach. We get to fly nice and low over the sea, make quite a steep banking turn at the last minute, quite close to the banana sheds. That's what we're aiming for. Nice white buildings, and then fly towards the runway. So it's quite good fun to do, but it may well be just a little bit lumpy on the approach later. And just to be mindful, if I do say we're going into a holding pattern, or if you feel we put the power on and we go back into the sky, don't be alarmed. It's just the right thing to do at that moment in time. We're going to fly deck, sync this off the battery pellet, and then you've got Laura in charge of the cabin here. She's going to give you her cabin safety demonstration in the next few minutes. Please just pay close attention to that just for the couple of minutes last. I'm going to go and get on and get ourselves away from stand as soon as we can, but I'll make sure I come back to you plenty of times in the cruise with updates as to what the weather is doing, and I'll give you a heads up if we are going to be entering a holding pattern. Try and give you a heads up exactly if we're going to be for 20 minutes, half an hour. I'll try and get the seatbelt signs off to allow you to move around the cabin. But I'll leave it there for now. Welcome on board, and hopefully this will all have been a little bit too much information without any issues at all, and to Madeira ahead of schedule. Thanks so much, and welcome on board.
Exactly, it was quite disappointing. I was looking forward to at least one go round. I wanted to